Welcome back, Troglodytes, to your daily dose of guitar information, the Trogly's Guitar Show. We've got quite the interesting Les Paul Custom to cover today. As told by the seller, it is a Gibson Les Paul Custom 2007 Gold Sparkle Burst. So let's go ahead and take a look at this thing. Wow! Sparkle top Les Pauls. They're not everybody's favorite, but sometimes they can be done right. And in my opinion, this is a striking guitar. Outside of the Playboy Bunny Custom, I've never really thought about a pink sparkle finish like this. So let's take a look here. Besides just this crazily sparkly finish, you're going to notice that the plastics don't actually match on this thing. Notice the poker chip around the switch is black, but you have a cream switch tip. That matches with both the speed knobs down here, as well as cream pickup rings. On a traditional Les Paul Custom, those would all be the same color, either all black or all creamed out. And normally I would say, no, that doesn't work, but for some reason on this finish, I think it does. Moving on, we have a stop bar tailpiece and a Nashville-styled bridge. In this photo, it's a little bit hard to tell if they're gold, chrome, or what's going on here, but I do want to point out an error in this guy's listing. He claims it's an ABR1 bridge, but you can see that it's clearly not, and that is actually a huge deal because that changes this from a custom shop reissue custom to just a regular custom shop custom. Both fantastic guitars, but it does change the price range that these are in. A custom shop custom, a little bit less expensive. Not a huge deal by any means, because I mean, what reissue custom's really going to have this finish? But a little bit more on that later. The two humbuckers in here are from Seymour Duncan, and it's the Pearly Gates set, but the original pickups are also present. That's a cool plus. I've heard a lot of good things about those pups. And maybe it's just the sparkly finish, but the binding almost looks like it has a slightly pinkish hue to it. Kind of interesting from this photo. But once you turn it to the side, it becomes a little bit more crisp white, and you're going to notice, there's no sparkle finish on the sides. And this is when I think sparkle tops can look really cool, when they're all party in the front but business in the back. Because the back is just a transparent cherry finish, and I love that feature. Because sparkle finishes can definitely become overwhelming, but back here you just have some beautiful wood grain and your traditional toggle switch plate as well as your back control cavity. But oh, what's this? A feature that really made me fall in love with this guitar. A stinger. Originally a feature on old high-end arch tops, sometimes you'll find these on Les Pauls and other instruments. It's kind of just a vintage thing that looks cool. A lot of people would do them to hide headstock repairs back in the olden days. It's just a cool little feature, I think, on this guitar. And you have a white stamped serial number with the Gibson custom decal, as well as 6 regular Grover tuners. As far as the front side of the neck goes, it appears we have a bound ebony fretboard with custom block inlays, and the traditional Gibson Les Paul custom headstock overlay. And I guess while we're on the subject, you see these lines right here? I get a lot of questions every day of people asking me, oh, my guitar has these lines, does it mean it's fake? No, that's how you know it's a real Gibson, unfortunately. Is there anything else cool about this guitar? Let's keep scrolling through these photos. You got the face shot, you got the whole guitar shot, got it from the angle. You can see it just in the cutaway. It looks like we do have thin binding in the cutaway right there. You can just barely see it. You've got the back shot, the side profile back, the headstock face, as well as the underside. You get the Les Paul custom case, which seems to be era correct for this 2007 beauty. Then, oh, wait, excuse me? Cherry sunburst? Okay, I don't know about you guys, but if I ordered this guitar and this showed up, I'd be returning it because I'm not sure how they made it look like pink when it's cherry sunburst and they're advertising it as sparkle burst. I think for the sake of this store that's selling it, Maple Street Guitars in Atlanta, Georgia, you guys need to put a video to this listing to really clarify what color this is. Sometimes sparkle tops are really hard to photograph, but these are completely two different colors. I don't really like it if it's cherry sunburst, but if it's this pink color, I'm digging it. The shop must have felt that their professional photography didn't represent the guitar very well since they added these two normal photos. And that's a whole topic of itself. I've always been scared to invest too much in my photography because of errors like this. Sometimes it's okay just to see the guitar in person the way it is, so that way there's no confusions in person. Remember how we were talking about the mix-match plastics? I don't think it works so well on this once it's a cherry sunburst finish. It's kind of a weird combination. Whereas on the pink, for whatever reason, the cream and black worked. But on this finish, maybe a little less so. But as I was looking at this one, whenever I think a sparkle top Les Paul, I always think of Steve Stevens. Because he has this interesting Les Paul standard that I believe was a custom order for himself. You can see it's got this weird binding on the headstock. A lot of people think it's a fake, but maybe we'll save this one for another day to talk about because it looks like it also has an ebony fretboard potentially. But that one's always made me think, yeah, that's a cool guitar. So when it actually turned out to be Cherry Sunburst, that's kind of something that made me go, okay, maybe it's alright. This Paul is actually pretty heavy too. The store says it weighs in at about 11 pounds. That's definitely on the chunkier side of a Les Paul. Like the heaviest you'll ever find is like 13, 14 pounds, and that's normally in like the 70s and 80s, and that's on a bad day. So definitely get your thick, wide padded strap out for this one. And unfortunately, it doesn't look like you have a certificate of authenticity on this one. But being a 2007, that's like right on the verge of when they were switching to the nice little booklets that stay in the case and the big paper certificate that everybody loses. But if you're worried about it being a refinish, just call Gibson with this serial number. They'll be able to tell you for sure right away. So how much is this sparkle top stingered headstock gonna cost ya? $3,500 plus $75 shipping. Not too bad of a price. Honestly, if it had the historic specs that the seller misquoted in the listing, that's actually a really fair price. But this one, I can realistically see this selling for about $3,000. It's got a very unique finish to it. It's got a quality hardshell case, 2 sets of pickups, and that sweet, sweet stinger on the back. For our playing demo today, let's go ahead and take a listen to another sparkle top Les Paul. The only question left, would you rock the sparkle top stinger or not? Leave your answer down in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you tomorrow on the next episode. Take care.